Hello, viewers! Where are you when you're at the North Pole? On top of the world, of course. That was a terrible joke, and I admit that. Sorry about that, but anyway, today we are going to learn how to play on top of the world on the guitar. Roll intro. Hello, welcome back. Alright, so let's learn how to play on top of the world on the guitar. First things first, you have to listen to the song. Yeah, you have to listen to it. Not just one time, not just 5 times, not just 10 times. You have to literally play this song on repeat for like one solid school amount of time. I'm homeschooled, so it's easy for me to figure out. So from like the beginning of my school day to the end of the school day, I'm literally just playing this song on repeat. And boom, I've got it memorized now. So my memory, of course, I've been told by a lot of people is better than theirs. But the point is to just keep listening to this song on repeat frequently. Very frequently. And that's one of the most important parts of this is that... yeah, you just need to listen to this over and over again so you can have the lyrics down, you can have a feel for the song, because once you have that feel and that grounding, you can project that onto your future project as you try to learn how to play this song. Also, just a quick note, if you do learn from me how to play a particular song, and you then publish that song onto YouTube, I will mention you in one of my videos if you... talk to me over Facebook, Twitter, Google+. I don't know if you can actually access people over Google+. Anyway, Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, if you can comment on Patreon, and YouTube. Just those. I have tons of social media things, and you can even email me. Just go look at my About page on the channel, and if you make a video of this song, I will gladly, most certainly mention you in one of my videos, because that's how I roll. That's how I roll? That's how I roll. Whatever. Alright, so let's get into the chords. The chords are very important, and a lot of the chords in this song, On Top of the World, are chords you will use in a lot of other songs. They're some of the main founding fathers of chorddom, if you want to put it that way. So, let's get to work on that. Okay, so let's get these chords down. They're very simple-ish. Oh, shoot, I need to scoot up my chair a little more. Alright, so these chords, they're very simple, or at least this first one is. This is the chord D, played like so. Now, your hand is only on the 2nd and 3rd frets. Frets are otherwise known as the spaces between the lines. 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret. The fingers you use are just your first 3 fingers for this chord. This is one of the very simple chords. It doesn't require you to use your pinky. I hate chords that make you use your pinky because it's tricky. And then there are also some weird chords that make you use your thumb, which isn't very fun. But anyway, you just have to use the main 3 fingers that you normally use for chords. And they are placed like so. You can't exactly get a good look of this from here, but I'm just going to say first finger goes on 3rd string from the bottom. This is the first gold string, even though they're not actually gold and silver. There are 4 gold strings and 2 silver strings. That's basically the idea. So you go 1, 2, 3. That's where the first finger goes. The second finger is still on the 2nd fret and is right below it. And then the 3rd finger is on the 3rd fret. Oh, I apologize. The 2nd finger goes on the 1st string, very bottom. So, let's recap. First finger, 3rd string, 2nd fret. Put it there. Second finger goes on the 1st string, 2nd fret. Put it there. And the 3rd finger goes on the 2nd string, 2nd string, 3rd fret. And you get a beautiful D chord. And a little trick, if you're having trouble figuring out how to place your fingers, you need to remember that, well, for one, you need to remember where they go, or else you won't know how to place them. But also, if you want to get a better sound and it's rumbling, like let's say I played the chord like so, you're having a little bit of trouble, or like something along those lines. A good thing to do, and you may see some guitar players do this as well, and that is you press. You press and wiggle a little. See, before press, after press, it makes a difference. You wiggle it a little bit and you press it in, you grind it in. Also, a good thing to make sure of, and I'm not doing a very good job of this, you need to trim your fingernails frequently. Because, or at least just on one hand. I know that'll look weird. But the point is that your fingers need to have nothing blocking the chords as you're playing them, because if you have nails in the way, they may hit other strings, and you may get just noises you don't want coming out of your guitar. So the D chord, let's review. You have 2 fingers on the 2nd fret, and they basically, it's like a sandwich. The D chord's like a sandwich. You have the 2nd finger on the 1st string, and the first finger, 3rd string. 2nd finger, 1st string. You need to either be writing this down or just practicing the chord enough to get it. And then to finish the sandwich, you put the 3rd finger in the middle, but it slides down because there's no room for it. 3rd fret. You'll have to mirrorize this to do it best on your own guitar, unless you're like left-handed or something, in which case it should work. I have no idea. And that is how you play the chord. It's exactly like that. Alright, so D is one of the easiest chords. The letter A, the A chord is a little bit easier. It's preferred you play with your 3 smallest fingers, being the pinky, 3rd finger, and 2nd finger. And they go right here, which is all on the 2nd fret, not including the 1st string. And they hit the strings just above it. They're all in a row, 2nd fret, and they hit the strings just above the 1st string. 2nd fret. So the A is a little bit easier than the other chords. Alright, so let's move on to the B minor. This chord is very challenging, and if you play a D minus the 1st finger, it will sound an awful lot like a B minor, and you can do that instead because the B minor is very confusing. So you place your fingers on like so, which is not very easy, so let me explain. 1st finger, 1st string. This is the 2nd fret. 2nd finger, 2nd string. This is the 3rd fret. And these 2 fingers share a fret. And this is the 4th fret. And you have 3rd string, 4th string. So each finger is on the string that corresponds to the finger, because it's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. But the frets are a little bit different because these 2 share one. So once you got that down, play something like that. And this chord I still have tons of trouble with trying to get this one out because it's not very easy. So anyway, let's just move on a little farther forward. Next is the G chord. The G chord is very easy once you get it down. It doesn't require the use of your pinky, but it does stretch your fingers a little, and it is like so. You have the 6th string. 2nd finger on the 6th string, 3rd fret. 1st finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret. Please be taking notes if you have to. And the 3rd finger goes all the way down on the 1st string, 3rd fret. So these 2 are on the 3rd, and this is on the 2nd. Now that you know how to play it, there's the chord for you. Please feel free to replay any of this, slow it down, speed it up to your pleasure so that you can better understand how to play this. Alright, after G, you have the final chord, E minor. E minor is probably the easiest chord you are ever going to play, next to one of the forms of E minor 7. This form is basically just hitting the 5th string, and that is it. E minor is just a little bit harder. Put another finger there. So these fingers are on 5th and 4th strings. So 5 and 4, and it's on the 2nd fret. And you don't play this one very much because it is a minor chord and it does sound a little sad, and On Top of the World isn't a very sad song, so you don't, as a consequence, you don't really play it that often. So now, to play On Top of the World for you, showing you how to use the chords. I'm going to play this very slowly and very slowly, it's not really any other word for it, and just show you each chord as I play it. D. If you love somebody. A. Better tell them while they're here, 'cause B minor. They just may run away from you. It's G. And then here's a little trick I like to do. You don't have to do this when you're playing the song, but you could put a tiny A. So the way this works, saying tiny A, is going like so. They just may run away from you. Going into the next chord. It's very short, and you don't have to do that. You can do that when you're more experienced. And then you go on. You'll never know what went well. Then again, it just depends on how long a time is left for you. I've had the highest, and it stays the same. It is the same chord progression for the 3 chunks of verse 1. When you get into the chorus, it gets a little bit different, but not by much. So, the chorus starts out with a G. 'Cause I'm on top of the world, hey. I'm on top of the world, hey. It's a D. Waiting on this for a while now. It's an A. Dreaming of this since a child. And that's, not dreaming of this since a child. It's the wrong chorus, wrong verse. But basically, it's I'm on top of the world, A. I'm on top of the world, A. Waiting on this for a while now. Paying my dues to the dirt. And that's G, D, A, E minor. And you do that for the chorus, as well as the special part that's like, and I know it's hard when you're falling down, and it's a long way up when you hit the ground. To get up now, get up now. And you do it for the special part, and you do it for the chorus. So you have 2 forms of chord progressions. One, which is D, A, B minor, G, which is used on the verses, and then G, D, A, E minor, which is used on the chorus. There are a few things to note, and that is at the end of the verse, when you're leading into the chorus, you say, take it in but don't look down, which is E minor, and then A, because I'm on top of the world, A, and it leads right into that. So make sure to remember, E minor A is the bridge between the verse to the chorus. And at the end of the chorus, dreaming of this since a child is E minor. Dreaming of this since a child, because I'm on top of the world, ends on a D. D is the final chord. So that's basically all that you need to know to play this song. It's not very difficult once you get it down. Feel free to replay this video as many times as needed to understand this song. I got this off of an app I have, which I highly recommend using. I will place a logo if it will appear. It will appear somewhere on my screen. And that song in this app is called, I think it's called just like Guitar Chords or something along those lines. It's a green pick that has guitar strings going on it. And it's a very helpful app, has tons of songs to use, and there are several different versions of On Top of the World using several different chords, but you should be able to find the one that I used. Thanks to whoever made the chords. I'm not sure it had a name on it, but anyway, that's about all the time I've got, so please share this with your friends, like, subscribe, just tell everyone about it. And if you don't like this video, please leave a dislike, and that's about it. So join me again next time I do guitar tutorials. This has been JJ Prince, and I will see you all later.